What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Mark here with the Crypto Mark. Let's get into some Shiba Inu talk. All right, not a good morning in terms of what's going on with Shib. There's a little bit of fear right now going within investors with something that's happened kind of in the overnight overseas, if you're not in the United States, coming out of the Indian market. I want to break that down for you guys because it is basically Shib breaking news. So let's get into it. Make sure you guys all subscribe down below. Smash that like button, and let's talk some Shiba Inu, okay? So briefly, let's look into the chart, though. As we pull up the trading view, you can see kind of what's going on with Shiba Inu on the daily. We still are flashing momentum up, trading hands at that 40172 mark. All right, so there is kind of been a rough kind of early morning, if you want to call it that, down almost 8% at the time of recording. And let's kind of talk about why. All right, so let's get down into that. If you have not done so, like I said, make sure you guys all give me a follow on X. Appreciate all that. And this is something where it's going to come out as a surprise for a lot of you guys. But within WazirX, okay, one of the Indian crypto exchanges out there, we got $230 million in suspicious withdrawals. Largely, okay, this is what we're talking about, the 100 million that have happened within Shiba Inu. Okay, so unfortunately for someone out there that has suffered a security breach, this is something where one of their multi-sig wallets has experienced a security breach, confirming on a post on X to ensure the safety of your assets. Obviously, withdrawals will be paused. Now, this is where we're seeing over 45% of that fund's holdings, all right, were stolen. All right, now what has happened is this is the breakdown of the funds that are missing. The largest one being Shiba Inu, $102 million, 5.43 trillion Shib. Okay, and the disclosure coming out from Look On Chain is that the hacker is selling all of these assets. So hopefully that all gets wrapped up and smoothly recovered for a lot of those people that have been affected. But this is kind of what's happened in the Indian market. This is the way that they kind of transact. It allows them to have access to crypto within India. Okay, but this is where they had 2.2 million in volumes last 24 hours. Okay, but the big news here is they are selling off. So you know, that's kind of what's unfortunate. That's why I think when we look at the chart, we see Shib down. Obviously not financial advice. I'm just kind of giving you guys my insight, what I'm seeing. I do want to pull up the rest of the market for you guys while we're talking about it and on the subject, because there is something that is kind of happening right now. We've seen some meme coins have some extreme days, right? Dog with hats up 13%. We have Shib is down roughly 10.5, which is kind of crazy that they're down 10.5 on crypto bubbles, but on trading view, it's only a tick now below 7%. So rebounding very nicely. And something outside of kind of what's going on with the market, I'm sorry, how the price action is in the market within not just Shib, but whenever we see these kind of events, right? These headlining events like 100 million stolen, liquidations, whales are swimming. A lot of times those are short-lived, okay? And just full disclosure, when it comes to down to what I've been doing in my crypto experience is that you got to kind of be patient and non-emotionless, because I've done it too many times. The biggest mistake I ever made in crypto was that Russian-Ukraine conflict, where everybody thought World War III was happening, and got a little emotional, sold some things I didn't want to sell, and was left holding the bag there because you just completely disrupt your capital flow. All right, and that's kind of what I'm getting at here. The biggest thing we have to worry about is how we're going to recover that $100 million in Shib in terms of the capital that's going to be there, and that's missing and the lacking now. Whether or not it's a positioning thing, they're liquidating and they're going to bounce around and that money's going to go back into crypto, probably not. My guess is that hacker's going to make that $100 million and run for the hills. Okay, but the biggest thing about that too is it has really nothing to do with it's like I said, it's a lot more than $100 million first and foremost. But it's funny though, this is kind of dating back to, and the reason I brought this up was I've done videos where we've talked about Shiba Inu in India, and it's kind of just disheartening to see that was their largest fund, because it is true. So, you know, hats off to those people, and hopefully that there is a somewhat of a insurance policy or something that, you know, they will try to make it right and get those people whole, okay? But as we kind of segue out of what's going on in India, I do want to talk a little bit about the Japanese market when we talk about Shiba Inu, because now there has been a lending campaign by one of the giants within the Japanese financial market, SBI VC Trade. Okay, that is an arm of the giant SBI Holdings. Okay, what they're doing is they're lending the lending rate at 1.5% on an APR. Okay, the interest rate will be starting to have a deadline August 1st through the August 29th and running through that. Now, what's something is kind of interesting is that VC trade lending launched back in 2020. Okay, initially was only supported by Bitcoin, but now has expanded that list in Shiba Inu now due to its notoriety. And I think that it has a lot more steam. It's kind of a shame within some of those Asian markets that we can't get Shib mainstream, because I think that's something that, Shib, Doge, all those dog memes, I think that's really where the popularity would soon take off. So that'll be exciting to see what happens. We see what happens when we get into kind of the back end of this story, right? We'll see what actually happens with SBI VC trade. It's not really anything earth-shattering. Just want to always update with you guys with what partnerships are going on within the Shib universe, okay? But also the main headline of the day is just the people affected by the Indian crypto exchange WazirX and that exodus of funds, I should say, as Shiba Inu continues to trade lower. But we do have momentum up still, guys. That's something that we want to hang our hat on into the weekend. I know we get closer to what's coming. And like I said, if you guys watch any of my TA, me talk about Shib, all the charts, this is where we need to get back to. The 2.1, about 2.6. That's where Shib looks to be comfortably trading at. I still think that there is some life. This descending triangle usually is a sign of breaking out. So I'm very excited to see what is in store for the rest of 2024 within Shib. So appreciate you guys watching. As always, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do down below. Great times ahead. Appreciate each and every one of my subscribers. Remember, not financial advice. Always do your own research and due diligence. But I thank you all for watching once more, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.